Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Paperweight Entertainment Podcast, your home for all things Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and so much more. Join Derek and Ian as they tell tales to astonish along this journey into mystery. Grab some snacks and settle in because Paperweight Entertainment starts now. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my... Oh, hey! How's it going? Sorry, you caught me charging my ring because I'm talking about lanterns today. I can't wait. Welcome back to the Paperweight Entertainment Podcast, one and all. I am your host, Derek Hoskins. I am flying solo this evening. For those of you that this is your first time listening, first time watching, welcome. This is a little different than what we would normally do. Granted, what we normally do is not show up. We have taken a very, very long break. We have not done anything since mid-June of this year. So this is going to be our first time back. I know I keep saying our and we. It's just going to be me. However, Ian the Glue will be back next week as we break down the first half of Agatha All Along, and it's going to be great. But for tonight, I had to get on here and talk about the fact that we have our Hal Jordan for the new DC universe. So we're going to get right into it right now. It's so good to be back talking again. I'm going to pull up the THR article so that I can read what they had to say, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on the casting. So if you're ready, let's do this. According to the Hollywood Reporter, HBO's DC series Lanterns has found its Hal Jordan. Emmy winner Kyle Chandler is set to play the legendary member of the Green Lantern Corps in the series, sources tell The Hollywood Reporter. The show will be the first series role for the Friday Night Lights star since Showtime's 2022 drama Super Pumped. Lanterns, which scored a straight-to-series order in June after years of development, comes from Chris Mundy from Ozark, Damon Lindelof from Watchmen and Lost, and Eisner Award-winning comics writer Tom King. The trio are co-writing and executive producing the series, with Mundy serving as the showrunner, and this show is going to start filming in Atlanta in January. Wow, just a couple of months. Planning from filming from January through June. So, yes, we have our first bit of casting for Lanterns. Now, we have a Green Lantern already that's going to be in the DC universe. We've even seen some set images of Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner in Superman. Personally, I think that's inspired casting, and I'm very excited to see what they do with Guy Gardner, but I've been waiting for years for them to move forward on this Lanterns show. For anyone who has not heard anything about Lanterns, it's going to be on HBO. It's going to be streaming on Max. And from what they have said, the official kind of synopsis of the show is it's going to follow Hal Jordan as kind of a war-weary veteran, an older member of the Corps, working alongside the younger, possibly even recruit, John Stewart, as they work to solve some form of mysterious murder on Earth. So it's going to be Earth-based. We're going to have a detective-style show with a veteran cop working with a young cop. This is going to set up what they're going to do with the Lanterns moving forward, and James Gunn and Peter Safran have both already confirmed that this is going to be a part of their larger DCU moving forward. So Kyle Chandler is Hal Jordan. I think this is great casting. I think that he is a fantastic actor. He's an Emmy Award winner. He's never turned in a performance that I didn't enjoy. I'm a little disappointed that he is 59 years old at the time of casting, meaning that by the time that this show actually comes out, he's probably going to be 60 to 61, maybe even 62, depending on how much of a lead time they need getting into post-production. But even though he's a bit older than what I would have gone for, I don't know what the story is going to be. This story could be perfect for an older Hal Jordan, because I think what's going to happen in the DCU is they're going to set up John Stewart being their main Green Lantern. The reason why I say that is a couple of reasons. One, Nathan Fillion is in his 50s playing Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner was never going to be the main Green Lantern for their series moving forward, as much as I'm sure James Gunn loves Guy Gardner because he's kind of a weird, wild character. He's on the outskirts. He's kind of a jerk. James Gunn seems to like playing with characters like that, seeing what he can do with them, seeing if he can make them more likable. But with Nathan Fillion being in his mid to possibly late 50s. I didn't look that up. Um, I don't see him being the main Green Lantern going forward. Also, with Hal Jordan, as much as I hate to say it, there's still a stigma and a little bit of a funk on Hal Jordan because of the way that the 2011 film kind of turned out. I have always been a big proponent of that movie. If you're watching on YouTube, you may be able to see it right above my Dr. Fate mask or helmet there. There's a poster for the Green Lantern movie. I love that movie as a Green Lantern fan, but I can understand it had its flaws. But because of its, we'll say lukewarm to be nice reception, um, DC has been really nervous to kind of do much with Hal Jordan. They put out the movie in 2011. They put out the Green Lantern animated series, which by the way is phenomenal. If you've never seen it, it only lasted for a season, but it's absolutely incredible TV. That didn't work out because they had a hard time with the toy sales. They couldn't put out a toy line with that. And if you don't know how cartoons work, they only do that if they can put out a toy line. If you can't sell toys, that cartoon goes away. That's the whole point. The cartoons are just commercials for the toys. And the problem is, all these stores still had stock of the 2011 film backed up on their shelves. They couldn't get rid of it. And so, because of that, because of the issues that they had with it, because they've just constantly been trying to go back and figure out what to do with this character, they've been shying away from Hal Jordan for a long time. Another reason why uh, I don't think that Kyle Chandler's Hal Jordan is going to be the main Green Lantern for DC Universe going forward is because with this deal that he has signed, supposedly, there's not a movie component. There's not a film component to his contract, meaning he's not going to be showing up in any films anytime. Unless they go back and they renegotiate per on a basis where they may need him for a cameo. But the main reason why I think that he's not going to be why it doesn't matter that he's an older Hal Jordan is because for a large demographic that goes and watches comic book movies, mostly people my age, John Stewart is their Green Lantern because of the fantastic Justice League and Justice League Unlimited series from the late 90s, early 2000s. Um, John Stewart has been the Green Lantern of a generation. Now, I love John Stewart, but I'm from a little bit earlier than that. So Kyle Rayner is my Green Lantern. I really wish that we could see him, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I apologize for rambling. It's been a hot minute since I've recorded one of these, especially doing one by myself. So we've got Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan. We've got Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. They're casting right now for John Stewart. I'm really still holding out hope that we're going to get Kyle Rayner, even Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz, even though those are not characters that I particularly love. I enjoy them, and I know that there are a lot of fans of them, and those fans deserve to get to see their favorite characters in live action. So I hope that we get to that. I hope that we get to all of the Earth Lanterns. I know that there's even a couple of Earth Lanterns that I have not even read. I have Far Sector. I can't even remember what that lantern's name is. I'm spacing it. I've yet to read it. I need to read that. But I know that there has been some concern online from just kind of the online chatter that Kyle Chandler is too old to be playing Hal Jordan for a long time. And I think that they're right. I don't think that the plan is for Hal Jordan to be really around for a long time. Now, there's been some speculation. Oh, do you think they're going to kill him? Maybe they're going to kill off Hal Jordan. I doubt that they're going to do that. They'll probably just write it off that Hal is somewhere else. 2814, the space sector that the Earth Lanterns patrol is a big sector. He could be anywhere. He doesn't need to be, in everything. And so I don't think that they're going to just kill him off. I think that they're just going to kind of write it that he's gone on to do something else and John Stewart becomes the main Green Lantern for this universe. And I think that that's the right call, if that's what they end up doing, because like I said, John Stewart is very, very, very popular. But back to Kyle Chandler, if I can collect my thoughts and actually get back to what I was here to talk about. Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan, especially as an older veteran Hal Jordan, I think is perfect casting. He has a great look about him. Like, I'm just tired of this. I've looked at some wonderful pictures of him recently on red carpets where he still looks very suave, very charismatic. He's a very good looking man. He's aging very well, but he's got that look on his face of, man, I'd rather just kind of be on the couch right now. And I kind of want that from Hal if they're going to go with this older veteran route. I want that smirk and that frustration and that I'm getting too old for this. I kind of want this to be Lethal Weapon. That would be a lot of fun to have a Green Lantern Lethal Weapon series. And I think that they could pull that off if that's what they want to do. I think that anything that they put their minds to, as long as they're not afraid to go for it. For so long, since the Green Lantern movie came out in 2011, DC has been tiptoeing around the Green Lantern universe, and they've got to stop. If they're going to do it, they have to do it and they have to commit. And the fact that they've committed now to making this series, they got a straight to series order, meaning they're not going to go have to or they're not going to have to go through a pilot and hope that that goes well. They're not going to have to do any of that. They're able to just go, all right, we got 8 episodes. We're going to do this. Let's go and let's hit the ground running. If they can just get on board with the idea that, hey, Green Lantern's universe is wild. Green Lantern's universe is out there. Green Lantern's universe is full of interesting characters, thought provoking storylines, great concepts of good versus evil. Let's just dive in. Who cares if the movie didn't do well? That's in the past. It's a whole different company. We're talking about DC Studios now. It's their own thing. Peter Safran, James Gunn, let's get this going. I hope that they go into it full throttle, full force, and really lean into everything that the Green Lanterns can be. And I think that starting off by picking a very talented actor, someone who has been around. That's another thing. People are trying to act like this is somehow a bargain basement casting. This is not a bargain basement casting. This is an Emmy winner. This is an actor who has been a working actor for decades now. This is this is not just some random guy that they picked off of a soap opera. This man has been in big Hollywood movies, big budget TV shows, big budget productions, and he's been consistently good throughout. This is a solid casting choice. I know that one of the reasons why it seems to people like, oh, well, maybe they're kind of slumming it here with Kyle Chandler is because the names that were out before this with Josh Brolin right before he turned it down. There were talks that Josh Brolin was going to be doing this possibly, that Matthew McConaughey, Ewan McGregor, Chris Pine, Timothy Oliphant, all these names were in the mix that are big names that people know. And then when Josh Brolin passed, there was a little bit of quiet, and then the rumbling started happening almost within the week that Kyle Chandler was going to be the one in talks. And people thought, oh, well, we're going from movie stars, Josh Brolin, Thanos, Cable, Matthew McConaughey, Ewan McGregor. We're talking going from Obi-Wan to going to, Coach Taylor from Friday Night Lights. But that's not how you should look at it. Look at it as a seasoned actor, a veteran actor, someone who knows how to get the job done, someone who can deliver an inspiring speech if he needs to, someone that can pull off a world weary cop, somebody that can pull off this older detective style storyline that they're talking about and can do it effortlessly and can absolutely do justice to a character that a lot of people have a lot of love for. And then hopefully they can move him off into the sunset, do whatever they need to, bring up John Stewart, let him go, and bring in the rest of the cast of characters from the Green Lanterns. Not just the Earth Green Lanterns. I want to see Kilowog. I want to see Tomar Ray. I want to see Salak. Give me Salak in this Green Lantern universe. Give me some of the wilder ones. I want to see Bzzzt, just a little wasp Green Lantern flying around. Give me Chip and Badge, the little chipmunks and squirrels. I want to see it. I want to see the crazy stuff, not just the Earth-based Green Lanterns. Let's go wild with it. For the love of all that's holy, we've got James Gunn doing this. Give me Nort. It'll be awesome. We already got Guy Gardner. If Nort shows up, I'll lose my mind. It'll be absolutely amazing. But anyway, last thought before I wrap this up, because I am really just having a time of not making sense, I feel. If I was to guess the direction they're going to go with this, and the reason why they cast a man in his late 50s, soon to be early 60s, I believe they're going the route of Emerald Twilight. I think that if Kyle Chandler remains on as Hal Jordan, he's not going to be just Green Lantern Hal Jordan. I think they may be trying to do Parallax and then bringing in the Blackest Night, which would be awesome. I'm nervous if they do that because they're jumping in with both feet real quick, but I think that they can do it if they just work out the story and go for it. Like I said, the best thing that they can do is just go for it. Don't hold back. Don't put a bunch of restrictions on this. Let it get wild. Let it be outer space and cosmic and fun and just roll with it. So, overall, I'm excited about this. I want to know if you're excited about this casting. Do you care at all about this Lantern series that they've been trying to get off the ground for a long time? But back when they were first doing this, this was going to be about Alan Scott and Guy Gardner. It's a completely different series. What do you think it's going to be about? What do you think they're going to be doing? Do you think that they're going to be moving John Stewart up into a more prominent role so that he can be the main Green Lantern? Do you think that we're going to see Parallax? Do you think they're going to do Manhunters or anything else? Or do you think that they're completely missing the mark here and this is a terrible idea? I want to know. Please let me know. Leave your comments below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to this on the podcast, hit us up on X, hit us up on Instagram. Go and leave your comments. I want to interact with you and hear what you think about this because I'm genuinely curious what everyone thinks about this casting. I'm over the moon just because we're getting something. I'm so ready for Green Lanterns to be a part of the DC universe for real. They've kept him on the sidelines long enough. It's time. Let's bring him back in. Let's bring him in full force. It's going to be great. With all of that down, all that out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking with us so long on this very long months long hiatus. I won't say that we're going to be back every week, but we will be back on a more consistent basis, probably every other week to get started, to get us going back into it. We may take a little bit of time off here, may take a little time off there, but we're going to try and be a little more consistent. Things with the theater, for those of you that don't know, as I knock my mic around, for those of you that don't know, we purchased our local movie theater this year. That's why we've taken so much time off. That took a little while to get going, but now that's running. It's going well. It's doing well, and I thank so much the community of Madison here in town for all the love that they've showed us since we've done this. But because of all that, we've taken a lot of time off, but we're ready to get back into this. Like I said, we're going to be talking about Agatha all along next week for sure. So make sure that if you're not subscribed to this, if you're not following us on social media, make sure that you do that. All the links are going to be in the description of this episode. Make sure you're following along. We still have merch available. I'll throw a link to that. Um, and it's going to be great. I'm excited to get back into this. I've missed podcasting. I've missed talking to you people, even if it's only one person listening in Germany, because we know you're out there. Thanks for listening. So again, I'm excited. Are you excited about Green Lantern? Are you excited that we're back? Do you want me to shut up? Do you want Ian back? Because that's the real reason why you listen to that or listen to this. Let me know. Comment below. Follow us on social medias. Thank you so much. We love you, and we'll see you next time.